Greetings everyone, Russ Gosselin here, and here's a current update on my Huey Hog from the Get Outside Your Comfort Zone group build. And here we are. We're looking pretty good. We've started the initial painting phase. I just wanted to get a little bit of a recording of what the Huey looked like, all the kit bashing that I did, because within a few weeks this is all going to be painted and it's all going to blend in. So this was quite a journey, and I learned a lot from this build. So where have we been since the last update almost a year ago? Well, we got the red fins and the tail are painted. Now I had a little bit of a disaster. I painted it originally with black and then put on my red coat, which I was not aware I had thinned too much. So it kind of poured and ran all over the fin. So a little bit of purple power, and I had to strip it all back down. So I went back, put on a black coat, and then I threw on the red. Overall, not a bad finish. I have a few spots on the starboard side where perhaps a little bit more paint could have been used, but we're moving on. I really wasn't too sure where to make my transition, so I left it a little bit red on the front here, because there's going to be a series of decals on the fins and in the middle section here. So I want to give myself a little bit of insurance policy. Now up in the front, I sprayed on my clear green, and that came on pretty well. Wasn't too bad. I took the advice of Norm Lajoie and sprayed a few practice pieces with some spares of clear plastic. Definitely there is a technique to using clear color, but for the most part it's okay. It's got a little bit of a orange peel finish. Perhaps when all the paint and clear coats are on, I could probably maybe buff it out. I'm not too sure. So if anybody has any advice on that, I would appreciate it. The main greenhouse is all masked. The only situation that did arise is on the lower. There's some little canopy pieces right here at the end of my pointer, and the Hobby Boss kit, the lens has no frame. It's just clear glass, and the frame is already on the fuselage. So, and that gives you a little bit of a lip to glue it on. So I'm concerned that I might have some glue visible, and I'm not too sure if I want to paint that lip and then glue it, because then the glue is going to probably eat up the paint. So I think it's a losing situation irregardless. It's just the way the ball bounces, to quote General Mark Clark from the World at War series. Hey, you know, that's just the way it goes. Moving forward. The rotor, it's all squared away. I still have to put in, from my helicopter aficionados, there are some bars and stabilizers that I had cut off, so currently they are not there, but I will be putting them in using brass rod once I get the painting done. Overall scheme of the Huey will be from a Reeboks issue of this ancient kit. Revell came out with one, and let's see if I got a cover. And it's from the it's the Marine Corps Huey from 1965. I really love the stripes on the tail. Looks really sharp, and that's what I'm gonna pick. It's Marines from the 1965 in Vietnam, so I kind of like that. It has a lot of pop to it. I'm gonna have to paint the nose black and such. The rotor, you know, the instructions say to paint the, I think it's the top is olive drab and the bottom is some sort of black metallic. I don't know. I just kind of looks kind of weird to me. I think I'm going to just paint it black on both sides, and there is some yellow striping on the edge work. And there'll be some metallic colors here and there where the actual rotor lies. I'm not going to get too into accuracy. I think I've done more than what is expected, so I'm just going to try to just paint this, make it look sharp, get some nice wash in there, and give it some basic weathering. The final challenge will be the MG machine gun shoots. I was going to use a technique that I had developed using some styrene strips. In the end, I decided to take them off because it's just not practical. And so I'm going to have to figure something out using wire and my creativity to at least give the idea of the MG shoots. So that will be the last great challenge. And that's about it. Perhaps I can just give you a little, you can just take off the rotor here and look at some of the work I did. It's certainly been a journey. Those doors look pretty cool. I got to put the lenses on, and I got a little bit of filling where that white dot is. And the underside just looked pretty nice. You can see where I had to fill the fuselage. There was a huge gap in there. I just shoved it with styrene strip and putty, and it's looking pretty good. The nose certainly had some work to be done, but a little sandpaper, a little putty, and it's all good. I got a little bit of putty right underneath the frame where the canopy hits the fuselage. I'm going to have to fill that in before painting. But overall, it's been a good build. Things that I would do over, I would probably the rocket pods. I think I would have just, if I were to do this again, I'd replace it with aluminum or plastic tubing. I got a lot of seam work. 2 years ago, my filling isn't as good as it is today, so maybe I would have redone that a little bit. But and some other issues I came up with is closing the canopy on the top. Sadly, it's not as good as the bottom. There's a lot of, it wasn't a straight glue-in process. They're a little bit uneven, so I wish that could have been on the bottom, but it is what it is. So it's going to be a little cockeyed. We'll have to live with that. And I still got to throw in a sheet of styrene in the back here, just to kind of cover up this seam. And I did clip off there's a red light. I cut the whole thing off when I filled it. I'm going to have to replace that with a little bit of stretch sprue. So there it is, everyone, and hopefully by the time I make another update, it'll be the final reveal. So again, I just wanted to give it a last look to see all that cool kit bashing styrene. So this is Russ Gosselin signing out. Hoping everything's well at your workbench, and I'll see you again here on YouTube. Goodbye.